Hey guys, Naz here with another video. In this video, I'll be going over how to play Machinist in PvP. As of patch 6.1, all jobs got a complete overhaul, so let's go over our new kits. Our basic attack is Blast Charge. This does 4000 potency and has a cast time. Before you get upset, you can still cast this while moving, but it seems your movement speed is reduced by 50%. Every use gives a stack of heat that has a 15-second duration. Once you get 5 stacks, Blast Charge changes to Heat Blast. This does 6000 potency, is insta-cast, and has a recast time of 1.5, making for some very quick burst damage. You'll want to balance this heat stack and only overheat when a target needs to die, as you can get 3 out before you run out. Our first off GCD is Scattergun. This does 4000 potency in a cone in front of you and knocks back anyone hit. If you use this on a single target, it hits twice. Scattergun has a lot of skill expression, as you could use this to help burst down an enemy, push them into your team or the environment, or use as a defensive skill when an enemy is chasing you. Next up is Drill. This does 9000 potency and ignores guard. You always want to use this with the Analysis ability. Analysis doubles our potency, which makes this a great execute. After using Drill, it then turns to Bioblaster. Bioblaster hits everyone in a cone for 4000 damage and leaves a dot on them. The dot ticks for 4000 potency 3 times, making this do a whopping 16,000 potency over 9 seconds. If you use Analysis, then Bioblaster also applies a 75% heavy. This is honestly the weakest Analysis second effect, but it does have its niche use. It's great to use when multiple enemies are stacked up to help your team set up for AoE burst and their limit breaks. After using Bioblaster, it then changes to Ear Anchor. Ear Anchor hits for 8000 potency and binds the target for 3 seconds. If you Analysis, then you do 50% more potency and the bind turns to a stun. This is another skill you almost always want to Analysis. The stun is so useful and the increased damage helps chunking someone down. After using Ear Anchor, it then changes to Chainsaw. Chainsaw does 10,000 potency to all enemies in a straight line. When you use Analysis, it then has a 3 or 5% chance to deal the target's maximum HP as damage. This usually results in a one-hit kill. I say 3 or 5% because if you look at the tooltips as of patch 6.1, Chainsaw says 3%, but Analysis says 5. I'm not sure where the typo's here. After using Chainsaw, it'll turn back to Drill and you could repeat the cycle. Wildfire is a debuff you can put on your enemy that lasts 7 seconds, or until you do 3 GCDs. It'll detonate for a maximum of 12,000 potency in an AoE. This is a fantastic ability and you should always use this when bursting to guarantee a kill. Bishop Turret summons a turret that hits all enemies in a 5 yalm radius for 4000 potency and applies a debuff that increases the damage they take by 10%. If an ally or yourself is in that AoE, you receive a shield worth 2000 heal potency. Another ability I almost always use on cooldown. Lastly, let's go over our unique limit break. Marksman's Spite is a 36,000 potency attack that takes 1 second to execute. I mostly use this to kill high value targets like healers or a DPS that's giving our team a hard time to give us some breathing room. As you can see, Machinist hits like a truck from afar and has a lot of skill expression. Master its kit and bring down your foes from the back line. Now let's go over our common actions. Standard issue elixir fully heals your HP and MP, but it takes 4.5 seconds to use, so you want to use this when you're behind cover. Otherwise, if you get hit, the cast will be interrupted and you have to start all over again. Recuperate is our only use of MP resource. It heals us for 15,000 HP on a 1 second cooldown. Try to only use this when you could get the full value, as MP recovery is rather slow. Every 3 seconds you get 500 MP back, so it'll take 15 seconds to get another usage, which is so long on the battlefield. Purify gets rid of debuffs and grants us immunity to another debuff for 5 seconds, so you don't get chain status. Guard reduces the damage we take by 90% and grants us numerous status immunities for 5 seconds. The drawback is we get a 50% movement speed penalty. It's best to use this when someone is trying to kill you and you couldn't escape otherwise, so you get the full value out of this ability, and it counts as a pseudo cancel to the penalty. Lastly, we have Sprint. This increases your movement speed, so use it to catch up to your foes or run away to safety. If this video brought you value, please leave a like and consider subscribing to see more, as I plan on making more guides for other jobs I enjoy in PvP. Until the next video, I'll see ya!